Within the soul of every mortal lies a burning passion hotter than the heat of any forge. Our creativity, our passion, and our burning desire keep this fire burning. But to those who may have lost their way and who need a little bit of help, it can seem impossible. Thankfully, one such adventurer was about to become very inspired.
Okay, so I'm going to roll the dice, and then I'm going to give my usual traditional greeting to the fans. Okay? No! Yeesh. I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder, huh? Good morrow, everyone. It is Tygethor once again, here for another installment of Nerf Fully Loaded. Hope you guys apologize for the extra production value that went into this. This is no average Fully Loaded. This is not one blaster, not two blasters, not three, not four, not six, I'm not crazy, just 5. But all of these 5 were recently released in the same set that is near and dear to my heart. Today I'm tackling every single blaster and melee weapon for the Nerf Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves set. And a little bit of a backstory before I get fully into this. This is a bit of a hard topic for me because obviously, big D&D guy. It's been a lot of my childhood. That's why I wasn't exactly popular around lunch tables. But my first foray was when Nerf originally jumped into D&D with the Dragon Power series. The first blaster I had bought to get back into the groove and start making these videos was a blaster called the Ember Strike. Thing is beautiful. Thing was gorgeous. Put one right here. Beautiful. Nice frame. Beautiful pump action. 8-dart rotating cylinder. It looked like a dragon and everything. It was amazing. Problem was, me and my nephew Skylar recorded a video. Pumps once, fires, that's great. Start recording, pump once, breaks. The same plastic little mechanism for the pump broke on me. And despite my best efforts to fix it, the shell remains in my closet, and that's probably where it will stay. So it's amazing to think getting back into the Nerf scene almost didn't happen, because the first blaster I bought was a dud. So hopefully, with the D&D movie around the corner, Nerf has realized the error of their ways and has come to right their wrongs. Kind of like when you piss off your dungeon master and then you show up next session with an extra 2-liter and some chips. I'm not saying it's a bribe, but it is earning the favor of the benevolent, and that's close enough, really. Either way, we're going to be going in partial order, smallest to biggest, and then we're going to be doing a big fire / swing test on them all. Blaster number 1. First up, the Polarin Dusk. I know pronunciation's a little iffy on that, but that's how I say it. The Gold Dragon, the Neverwinter Protector himself, has made it into dart blasting form. Admittedly, yes, we're starting off small. But hey, that's the beauty of building up. And it comes with 2 nice orange and yellow tip darts. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Very nice.
I would try to preserve the packaging if I can, but as I tear the package. I don't want to say I'm on crunch time, but time is a crunching. Either way, these several of great many beings to get the Nerf treatment. The Polarin Dusk in this case is a single shot bottom prime blaster, similar to a Nerf Jolt, which you are legally required to own one. If you are a Nerf based content creator, you have to own one. It's forcibly required. Often imitated, never really replicated, but how many of those replications involve a dragon's maw? Huh? Exactly. Easy enough. I like this new prime handle they use instead of the older ones. This little forked tooth thing makes it a little easier to pull back and fire. Grips, amazingly enough, for a scaled gold dragon worm, is very comfortable. They did a nice job on the grip with this one. I don't feel constrained holding this big guy. Did a very nice job on it. We will get to popping him off in just a second. But for now, we're going to move on to blaster number 2. We're going to be moving pretty quick here, I gotta say. Pretty quick, a lot of blasters, a lot of goodness. Let's keep it moving. Up next is the Raycore blaster. This black... traditionally black, but in this case, blue dragon. Terrorized the Elks for quite a time. But now he's going to be terrorizing opposing dart blasters. This one is the same kind of pullback mechanism with a good use of the tail to curve back into the nice tapered handle. So that fits very nicely in the fingertips. Little bendable dragon horns, as you like to see them. They did a nice job incorporating the full body into this blaster. And there's 2 slots instead of the traditional 1. So you can have, instead of going back to reload like you would with the Polarin Dusk, you could instead go whoop, bam, and you wouldn't have a problem. Don't know about the power of these things, but anything that lets me hold a dragon is freaking awesome. So, we're gonna... Seriously.
10-year-old me would be freaking out right now.
And 25-year-old me is still freaking out right now. And we haven't even gotten to the main event stuff yet. But either way, very short summary of these 2 blasters. And I don't like this. Look at the trigger, and look at the end of the handle. It doesn't come under the dragon at all. You see that? See this little open square here you could pinch your fingers into? Otherwise, very well designed, but that's gonna get me a little bit. That's gonna dock some points from me, at least so far. Next up, however, I guarantee is going to be a little bigger than what we were just dealing with. And lastly, in my hands, I have the Thember Shroud Blaster. This red dragon was known as the Wormsmith of Gracklstube. he would heat the forges of the City of Blades and in turn temper their weapons. In return, they would guard his treasure hoard and keep the city safe. It was interesting to say the least. And now, the epitome of pop culture. He's a Nerf blaster. So we got a red dragon, we got a gold dragon, and we got a green dragon. You're screwing me up with that, Nerf. Come on, man. Don't screw with me on this, Nerf. Ooh. You want to talk about Dragon Incorporation? Uh-oh. Let's just get this out of the way real quick. We got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red and gold dots. What's interesting about this little blaster, this little fella right here, is quite simple. A rubberized dragon-looking fella, part rubber, part hard plastic. Not terrible, but this guy's looking a little incomplete at the moment. Does it just press down? Easy as that. It just presses down. Easy as that. This is not a spring-powered blaster, nor is this a flywheel. No, this is a stringer. We got ourselves a nice little crossbow string going on right hizzle. You just pull that guy back, insert a dart into the toothed handle, and do the rest. Really? Okay, so I have the mechanism pulled back. Slide a dart into the designed dart tooth, and you would slide him forward, and it would pop off a dart. The interesting thing about this is this dragon tail is rubber, very weird feeling by the way, and you are able to, I guess you could say, wrap it around you for stability, like something. I don't know, this is an odd. I never thought I'd be wrapping a dragon around my arm in my life. So excuse me for the weird sentiment as I try to find a way to make this workable. So that's the Thundershroud, the last of our blaster-based D&D weapons for today. Oh, well, we got it there. Right when you think you're crazy, it works for you. Additionally, these wings double as dart storage. How about that? How about it? How about it? Look at that. Is it stable?
Shake that.
Looks to be pretty stable. As that falls off. Aha! That is the key. I have figured it out. Oh, Jesus. Admittedly, these next two, I'm not going to have too much to say in the way of lore, because this is about the movie. Everything we've seen so far is from Forgotten Realms lore, which is known, it is knowledge, it is cataloged. But I'm intentionally keeping myself in the dark about stuff about the movie until it comes out. But that brings us to our two melee weapons. I ask you this. Pick a hand. Wait. You're telling me with all our production value, we don't have the ability to do a split decision? Okay. First up then is Zenk's dagger sword. I mean, I don't know, to be perfectly real here. If you have a dagger, you don't have a sword. I'm gonna be that guy, but a dagger sword is a little on the nose. If you have a sword, you don't have a dagger. But if you have a dagger, you supposedly have a sword? What? Will someone kindly explain to me what is going on here? Now, Nerf has not had foam weaponry in quite a while. I believe it was the N-Force series that had foam, almost all foam weapons. I don't remember the names of them exactly, and they're god near impossible to get their hands on nowadays. But hey, anything to give us more what we want. Now, I'm going to very quickly use my perception to identify which parts are plastic and not safe to smack children with, to which parts are foam and are perfectly okay to strike children with. Okay? Foam, 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 plastic! Yeah, the entirety of this blue handle. Pretty much all sword here, which is very nice, by the way, is okay to bop youngins with. But this handle is plastic, and I don't mind the plastic handle. The thing about the N-Force weapons nobody likes to talk about is how quickly they folded apart. They were all foam. Even the handles were mostly foam, and a couple of good thwacks to somebody, good night, you know, see you later. Because you have a bashing and striking implement to use to your disposal, and a bit that is stable for handling purposes. So, for the price of what it is, it's very nice. It's very nice indeed. I love this hobby. That is Zenk's dagger sword. Now, to potentially the more interesting of the two weapons. This, good friends, is something I've been axing for quite a while. This is Holga's Great Axe. Already feels like a more badass weapon in my hands. You know, I like the nice gold and silver tint. It's not really something I traditionally associate with D&D, but you know, perceptions change, man. Perceptions change. For the longest time, D&D's major presence on the screen was ugh. I mean, I like it. I know a lot of other people don't like it, but I like it. That's not what this is about. We're talking about the new movie. This right here is a little, let me just say, harder to identify. Because you've got foam, 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 all throughout the blade, except for the plastic little cap right here. If this part smacks you, the entirety of the handle, which also feels very nice in the hands, by the way, is also a nice sturdy plastic, and the little pommel end right here is another bit of foam, a little this guy right here. Man, I know this might be great for a 10-year-old, but height comparison, this is a Skyrim war axe for me. This ain't a great axe, this is an axe. Give me something greater! Regardless, aesthetically, this might be the best looking, one of the best looking things Nerf has put out in a collaboration, because I feel like an angry woodsman. It's foam, so it's safe. Now, let's quickly take you to the firing / swinging range. Did you think of this one? Did you think of this one? I know I didn't. Woo! Yeah, boy. Hip check, 1, 2. Okay. Welcome to the new and improved POV Cam. Hands-free, if you can't tell. I feel like I'm doing GTA emotes. Okay. First up, the Polarin Dusk Blaster. Woo! Hey! Good stuff. Come on, we gotta do a couple more. We gotta get this to feature length. A feature length presentation. Oh, wall. Hey, okay. Very nice. Next up, the Raycore Blaster. Now, I did not happen to save the ammo for him, even though it's a weird blue-green color. But you know what? We're gonna recycle some ammunition here. Alright. Oh. There we go. For some reason, that felt a little weaker than the Polarin Dusk. There we go. There we go. Okay. Not terrible. Next up, the Fember Shod. Yeah, same difference. Let's get into the box of ammo. Hope there's not a mimic. We're good. We're good. No mimics here. Okay. Ooh. Hold on a second. You know, this could be a stock. Or you could just use this as a handle. And this one is kind of a foregrip. It kind of looks like one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Awesome. The best things in life are often found by accident. Not too many stringer blasters on the Nerf market, but they are quite fun for modding. Potentially I will look at a couple in the future. Nice. That was freaking cool, man. Woo! Dang mages affecting the weather. Man, okay. This one actually seems like it has a little bit more kinetic energy in them than some of the other ones. You could even like replace these bungee cords if you wanted to, and get like climbing cords and stuff, and really blast this guy far away. But now, let's try it just for distance, somewhere where the sun's not afflicting my vision too terribly. That hit the tree. Oh, heck yeah, man. A little unconventional. But in the hands of an experienced ranger, nothing is out of question. Now let's get to the fun of this piece. Unfortunately, for as cool as your foam flinging attacks were, the enemy is unaffected and gets too close for you to reload your next shot. So you have to take matters into your own hands as you draw your trusty dagger sword and point the Nerf logo side towards the camera for maximum coolness. The target seems to do nothing. You anxiously take a step or two forward, trying to get into swinging range, and do so. Now lunging back, you take a jab at your foe. The jab seems to have stunned him a bit. You go for a bigger swing. Not quite doing it. You revert to a two-handed grip. And go for one final strike. Amazingly enough, with a sword jabbed into his forehead, the opponent isn't defeated quite yet. This is time to call upon more drastic measures as you pick up your two-handed great axe. That seems to have done it, but just to be sure, do not try this stunt at home. Where was this camera when I was making my zombie adventures? Your foe is stunned as you ready one final jumping strike with your great axe. I need a good roll here. Come on, right now, tap the like button to give the dice one more roll. Otherwise, this could end very badly. I'm gonna trust that you did it. Otherwise, I'm gonna die here for nothing. Ready? Ah! It's done. It's done. The foe has been defeated here today. And it's all thanks to you guys. Let me catch my breath here, and we'll get to the final grades for each of these lovely weapons. You did it! You tested every single blaster and slayed a creature! Hooray! I can't believe you all made it through that in one piece. And now to my thoughts about each and every weapon in this set. Starting off with the Polarin Dusk Gold Jolt Blaster. A better prime handle and a not too terrible grip. I really dig this guy. For what it is, a teeny tiny single shot blaster, I know there's about 1 million of these. This one actually is really good. I would probably have this in my pocket or my satchel in case of emergency. This is a really solid emergency pistol. It's great. Good grades. I would give that an 8 just on the single shot blaster scale. I know some people aren't a real fan of the new style priming handle, but that's how I feel about this one. It's a good blaster. The Raycore, on the other hand, I'm a little disappointed about. Both aesthetically, this look like a black dragon to you? Huh? The tapered grip is fine for my hands, but it's not really solid. These ridges could be uncomfortable to anybody else. And the blaster itself, depressingly, didn't seem to fire as well as I wanted it to. But the fact that it has 2 shots before it needs to reload is good. So unfortunately, some minor aesthetical issues give this guy about a 6 out of 10. The Thember Shroud. When I initially opened it, felt it, and thought this thing was broken, I didn't like it. I didn't. I thought I was going to give this the worst grade of the batch, but this is a blaster built for D&D enthusiasts. The dragon shape, the arrow point up here, this is exactly what you might want to carry LARPing. And now that I mention this, I have an idea. But the fact that I found this, there's a couple ways you use this. You use this over the shoulder for precision if you wanted to. You could have it bunched up as a bit of a stock down here, or the personal favorite I found was to use this down here and use this right here as a foregrip to make it feel like almost an actual crossbow. Dart storage is admittedly pretty bad. There was a bunch of ones, I don't know if you particularly saw them, of after me shooting, these guys falling right out of the chamber. It's aesthetically cool, but for long-term storage, I don't know, I'd rather carry a pouch or a quiver. Give me a quiver of darts for this guy. And my enemies shall quiver in fear. Overall, really cool, and I'm sure you can improve the added crossbow for extra coolness. But for right now, this guy gets a 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9. That's how much I like this guy. And if you are a really tiny guy, you got a little hand guard right here. Could you imagine dueling these? Especially something that conforms to the hand, most definitely. Melee weapons. Dagger sword. Great look, great shape, great feel. Blade is nicely well put together. I'm gonna give this guy a 7. I've never really been a sword guy, and I'm sure this grip will wear out eventually over time. That's my problem with this one. Holga's Great Axe, give me a 9. I mean, look at it. I had the most fun with this guy, swinging around, bashing in skulls. It's the coolest to look at. It's probably the one that's most associated with D&D. I'm glad melee weapons are back. Give me a 9 on this big fella. To any of you still watching, congratulations. You have made it to the end of this adventure. I hope you've enjoyed this big feature presentation of the whole set of Honor Among Thieves weapons. Catch the movie in theaters March 31st. And until next time, my name is Tygethor, and have a good night. There's no sheath in here. Good session. Alright, good stuff. What? You're still here? Bro, the movie's been over. Did you not see the end credits? Okay. Hey, how you doing? I guess if you stuck around this long, you're looking for some parting wisdom from yours truly, a Marvel-esque end credit scene. I don't have one of those for you, but I do have one bit of advice I wish I had known when I started playing D&D that I want to pass on to you guys. Anytime your DM asks, "Are you sure?" they're not checking for your sake. Anytime you walk into a room and you have to roll, it's not for your sake. They're crafty. They're very crafty. I've lost many a character due to some careless rolls, and hopefully I just saved some of yours from some bad ones as well. But what are you still doing here getting D&D advice from me? Go get a session. Go play with people. Heck, I'm in the middle of making the next Nerf video right now. You're interrupting the time loop right now. See, you're supposed to have already been gone. I can't start working on the new video if you're still here in this one. Maybe finish this candy bar before you go and open another one. This is weird, man. I'm not, they got me working overtime now with this. Well, what are you still doing here? Get off with ya. Go home. Touch grass.